Welcome back. We are continuing with our next info session, which is dedicated to our Bachelor program in Science and Technology. And today with me on the stage, I have Program Director of the program, Ilona Faustova, who is going to introduce the program. And I have two students from this program, Vyacheslav and Yuli, who are going to talk about their experience of studying this program and their experience of living in Estonia. I also would like to remind you that after all info sessions today, we are going to have online tours around the University of Tartu campus. And if you stay with us, you can also see how Institute of Technology looks inside. It's the place where you are going to study science and technology in the future. And a small reminder about questions that you can leave to us. So you can write your question in Workshop under Q&A, or you can leave your questions as comments under Facebook or YouTube, and then we are going to answer them online. And feel free to ask your questions from program manager as well as from students who are also can share their perspective and their experience. So right now, I guess we are ready to start with our first presentation. And Ilona, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Hello to everyone. And we will talk today about Science and Technology program, how Anna has mentioned. And at the beginning, I will start with a brief overview about Tartu, about Tartu University. So Tartu is situated around 200 kilometers from the capital of Estonia, from Tallinn, and it's a city of good thoughts. So we are naming Tartu as intellectual capital of Estonia. Here lives around 100,000 people, and every fifth person is a student or someone who is connected to university, like worker in university. So it's really a youth town full of students with cozy atmosphere, and you will feel here comfortable. And we are pretty proud that our university belongs to top 1.2% of the world's best universities. So it's not only the best one in Baltics, but also in top world's best universities. Here you can see some other rankings of UT, and I want to mention that if you are getting a high education in Tartu University, then it qualifies over the world, and the world is open for you. So you will not have any problems if you want to continue studies in Europe, in the United States, or somewhere else in the world after graduating from Tartu University. But as well, you have possibilities to continue also in Tartu University. And it's also not only one of the best universities, but also the oldest one in Estonia. It has 4 faculties: Art and Humanities, Social Sciences, Science and Technology, and Medicine. And as we are talking today about Science and Technology program, so it belongs to Science and Technology faculty. Also, not only education is on a high level in our university, but also science is on a good level in our university. So we can say that, for example, 54 UT scientists belongs to the top 1% of the most cited scientists in the world. And so if you're interested not only in education, but also to do science, it's also a very good place to do that. And if you haven't been in Estonia, in Tartu, and want to get to know how the town looks like, you can visit our virtual tour on our website and get familiar to our university, our town. But you can see already from the pictures that it's full of the buildings of university, which again shows that it's a really university city. And now let's talk more about program, Science and Technology program, Bachelor's program. And it provides a broad overview of natural and exact sciences and technologies, and it has 3 specializations. It's Bioengineering and Robotics, it's Chemistry and Material Sciences, and also Genetics and Biotechnology. And when you are entering the program, then at the beginning you are entering Science and Technology program, and only after 3 semesters, so 1.5 years, you specialize in one or another specialization. So why to choose science and technology? So this one, what I just mentioned, is one of the advantages also of the program, because that you entering at the beginning just science and technology, and only after 1.5 years you specializing in one of the specializations. When you graduate from high schools, and it's often you have very abstract imagination about specialization, and it's pretty hard to choose between some similar or specializations of one field, because you haven't tried it, and it's very good that you have the possibility to get practical experience, theoretical knowledge, to try the specialization before you choose. So for that you have 3 semesters, and only after that you are choosing. And also one of the advantages of the program is that we acquire both theoretical and practical skills, and we emphasize practical skills. Already on the first semester of first year you have practicals in the labs, also in the second and third semester. So before you will choose your specialization, you really get to know all of them. And also it's an international program. It has also a wide range of exchange programs. So a bit more in detail about program. It has different models, what you can see just now on the screen, but in spite that you study 1.5 years the basics, it's still in total 3 years. So 1.5 years of basic courses, and then 1.5 years of specialization courses. So it's like the most all of the bachelor degree programs, 3 years, and 180 credits you have to gain to graduate, which makes 30 credits per semester. And at the end you have graduation thesis, not exam, but graduation thesis. Just a bit more in detail about models. First, when you're entering the program, you have to pass such a very general but basics, what you will need in spite on the specialization you will choose in the future. For example, chemistry, math, programming, physics, biology, all these courses and all this knowledge you need in spite on the specialization which will be chosen in future. So you're studying 3 semesters with these courses, also doing practicals in different fields. As I told you already, on the first semester, you have such a practical like introductory laboratory course. It is going in 4 different institutes in Tartu University, 4 different institutes: an Institute of Physics, Institute of Chemistry, Institute of Technology, and Institute of Molecular Biology. So, and the additional possibility what you have to do better choice of your specialization and to do practicals is course laboratory projects. It's not compulsory one, it's elective one, but it's already on the second semester of first year, and we really recommend to take to everyone the course, because you will do 3 projects from different fields. You will do 3 projects, one from bioengineering and robotics, another one in chemistry and material sciences, and the third one from genetics and biotechnology. So you will get familiar not only with specializations, you will get familiar with institutes, different research groups. So it will also make easier to choose not only specialization, but also which research group to choose to write the bachelor thesis. So usually we have got a very positive feedback of this course. So after you are passing 3 semesters and all these practicals and everything, you specialize after 1.5 years. And for example, if you have chosen the bioengineering and robotics specializations, then you have to pass all these 3 models of courses. So you cannot mix and match different specialization models, but you can take the courses from another one specialization as electives. But to graduate, you have to pass all 3 models, additionally all 3 models of your specialization. So these are bioengineering and robotics specialization courses. If you chose chemistry and material science specializations, then it's this models of courses. And regarding genetics and biotechnology specialization, these courses. And you can see that in specialization we also emphasize practical skills. There are a lot of practicals and not only theoretical lectures, not only theoretical knowledge, but we also acquire it in practice. Additionally, you have to choose elective courses for 12 credits. It's some list of the courses which is connected to the field of science and technology. And additionally, you have to take optional courses. It's courses from the whole university, any courses of university that don't have to be connected to science and technology field. You can take philosophy, you can take languages, you can take drawing classes, whatever you want or whatever you are interested in. And at the end, everyone have to defend bachelor thesis. So it will end in summer with bachelor thesis defense. There is no the final exam, but thesis defense. And if you fulfill all these models, then you are granted with bachelor degree in science and technology. One additional advantage of the program, or at least we always say that it's a big advantage, it's iGEM competition. It's also one of the courses in our program. It's elective courses, so it's volunteer. You can participate or not. But we have team which consists of only science and technology students. And we participate in competition. iGEM is the largest worldwide synthetic biology competition. And the main goal is to take any world problem and try to resolve it. So to offer the option how we could resolve the problem using synthetic biology. And every year we are making new team. And this team participates in the competition. So here you can see from previous years our team pictures, and you are getting a huge practical experience with the participating in the team. You get a lot of skills and knowledge which are very valuable in your specialization and what you will need in your future studies and in future research works or in life. So, and it's not only about scientific skills, but skills in labs, but also different communication and different soft skills are needed for this competition. We have to do different cooperations with another one teams. We have to ask advices from professors. We are contacting professors. We are creating a huge network, organizing events, popularizing science, our project, and for sure we are trying to resolve one of the world's problem altogether. And during the years we have participated pretty successfully in this competition. Our team has got 3 gold medals and 2 silver medals, but total there are around 400 teams participating in this competition. Besides iGEM, to gain the experience abroad, you have also a lot of exchange opportunities in our university and in our program. So you can see a lot of partner universities all over the world. So if you have the interest to spend semester abroad, you also will have this opportunity. studying in our program. And what we need for applying to the program. If you are interested to apply, we need an official copy of your previous education, also a proof of English. And there are a lot of different international tests which qualifies. And when we are counting your admission point, then we need the state exam result of final grade in mathematics, and also biology, chemistry, or physics. So one of the best, which is the best one, and also motivation letter. So pay attention to motivation letter because it's very important entering university, entering the program, and definitely answer all questions what we're asking, and also mention everything which makes you better candidate than another one. As for example, if you have participated in Olympiads or in victorines, or maybe you have done some kind of project related to the field. So all this include to the motivation letter for sure, because very often motivation letter decides are you in a program or not, are you getting the tuition waiver scholarship or not. So the tuition waiver scholarship, so we have for EU and also non-EU candidates, and it will cover the fee of the program, which is €5,000 per year. So you don't need to apply separately for tuition waiver scholarship. It will be automatically regarding the rating of admission points. And don't forget the important dates. You have to apply till April 15 if you want to study on this program, and we will welcome you. And now I will give a floor to our students who will talk a little bit more about living in Estonia and also about the program in general.
Thank you very much, Ilona, for your presentation. It was really nice to see how many opportunities you have, iGEM, exchange opportunities, and how many opportunities this program gives to you. And right now, I will give a floor to our students. Maybe you can also talk a little bit first, introduce yourself. Where did you come from? Which year of study you are? Maybe if you have already chosen your specialization, you can also mention about it, please.
Okay. My name is Julie. I am from Georgia, but I graduated school in Ukraine. So I already had the idea in mind to study abroad. And one of my first choices was obviously Science and Technology program, because of all the reasons our program director already told you, because it's one of the most valuable programs in Estonia, which gives you a lot of experience, not only theoretical, but also practical. And you also can join one of the most successful research labs. Slava?
Vyacheslav, would you like to say a few words about yourself?
Yeah, of course. My name is Vyacheslav. I'm from Russia. I'm on the third year of this program. I will soon finish it. I chose this program because it allowed an opportunity to look into multiple fields, and it allowed me to make a more knowledgeable choice about my future specialization. And also this program allowed me to work in one of the best laboratories in Europe, I think, and it started my science career.
What's your specialization? Sorry?
Bioengineering and robotics.
Bioengineering.
Also.
Mm-hmm. Great. So now you can continue with your slides and also share your perspective as students studying this program.
Okay, so I'll talk a little bit about living in Estonia. Living in Estonia is quite comfortable. Estonia is a really nice country. It's really quiet here. People here are also very welcoming. They will help you with getting accustomed to living in this country. On the slide, you can see a price for accommodation in dormitories. This is the price for if you want to live alone in your room. It's actually cheaper. You will have to pay the half of it if you live with somebody. Accommodation is the rooms itself and the dormitories are pretty nice. You meet really interesting people in the dormitories, and your neighbors are your neighbors can be pretty much from any country in the world. You can learn a lot about culture of their country, of their people, and it's an interesting experience.
Also, sometimes before hazing happens, well, unfortunately, last 2 years it was also not possible to organize it. Sometimes you will meet your course mates earlier than you go to actual meetings for faculty or for your program. For example, one of my course mates was already my flatmate. So, yeah, this way you also are more in a better position to find friends and someone like-minded as you.
Which dormitory do you live in?
I live in Narva 27. Yeah.
How difficult was to get a spot in the dormitory?
It was actually pretty easy because when I got my letter that I was already accepted to the program, right after that I got following email regarding the accommodation, how I could apply. Everything was very well explained, and when I applied, in a matter of probably a week or two, I already got the answer that I will be living in one room. Also, the instructions were also very clear how to get to your how to get to your room and what you needed to do. So, yeah, in case we had some questions, we were also always very welcome to ask anyone who was already living there or who was representative from either university or even from our program.
Thank you. And here in the picture, you can see our dormitory Raatuse 22, which is one of the most probably famous dormitories for international students. And we are also having a tour inside of the dormitory after our last info session. So you can also will be able to see it in the end of today's day. And you can continue with your slides.
Here you can see the library of University of Tartu. Which is also a very comfortable and cozy place to go, and even with your group of students, there are small rooms which you can book in advance and work on some group projects if you cannot gather in dormitory or if in the institute there are already no places left. So it's very student-friendly surrounding and environment in Tartu, I would say.
Also, Tartu offers a lot of interesting activities outside studies. Estonia Student Network always creates some events for all students of Tartu, where you can range from pub crawls to excursions to hiking in the forest. Also, there's a lot of events which will tell you about the culture of Estonia, which will help you to understand the people of Estonia better.
We also already have some questions about social scene in Tartu, and is it how many events are happening, and if it's not going to be boring to live in Tartu. So maybe you can already comment on that.
Yeah, it's absolutely not boring to live in Tartu or even spend a whole year in Tartu without going abroad or going back to your home country, because not only there are in the Tartu itself these summer activities, but the iGEM competition that Ilona mentioned, during summer you can actually already start working on the projects about which you were already brainstorming before that. And in summer, actually, a lot of people get very valuable lab experience. And in the beginning of already the autumn semester, there are even more intensive and very long working process going on.
Thank you.
So also about student life and how not to be bored here. There's a lot of events happening. Not all of them are public, not all of them are organized by Tartu University and the Estonia Student Network, but a lot of them are organized by the students themselves. And these events can get pretty wild. So they happen every Friday, every Thursday, every Wednesday, so you are not going to get bored, believe me.
Thank you very much. Do you have any more slides or?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and this is a very actually good slide in our presentation that, our program and science and technology program is actually a family, because be it our shared project or some subjects, all the students who are, say, already ahead in the years of education, they can always give you very valuable advices. They can share with their experience and help you with anything you will ask help for. So yes, you are very welcome to ask anyone for help. In the first place, our program director, and also everyone who is included and associated here.
Thank you very much. I guess we're slowly starting our Q&A session as well. Also, I see the last slide on the screen that if you have any questions, you can always contact Ilona. You can see here her email, and we are also going to email you all of the presentations, so you're going to have the recording and the presentation as well. However, I would also suggest you to leave your questions right now, because this is a great opportunity to ask your questions from the program manager and also from students, because they also can suggest and give you lots of tips. I already switched to Q&A session because I see that there are questions coming, and I have already started to asking our students some questions. But there is a follow-up questions which just came about the summer. So what do people do during the summer instead of returning home? Maybe Julie or Vyacheslav, you can tell about your summer and what you can actually do in Tartu.
My first summer, for example, it was already 2020 when there were a lot of travel restrictions, so it was not a good option to go to your home country. I personally spent my summer working on a project, which probably was much better and more productive and worth more than just a week or 2 week worth trip. And actually during this summer, I got a lot more friends than during the first 2 semesters, because during the semester you're more, focused on studying and adapting to new environment. But this first summer and partially second summer as well was very engaging with your course mates and your colleagues, and yeah.
I think it is obvious that Julie is a hard-working person if she was spending her summer to work on a project. Vyacheslav, what about you?
I worked on the same project with Julie. And actually we worked for both our summers here. We spent them working on the same projects. So all of them were iGEM. But if you're not a hard-working person and you want to relax, once again, a lot of students organize themselves. They have parties where a lot of bars open. You can visit Tallinn also if you want to. You can travel around Estonia. You can visit beautiful Estonian forests. There's a lot of hiking roads in Estonia, actually, if you're a fan of that. They usually lead to pretty interesting places which show you the history and culture of Estonia.
We actually just received one question which is very related to what you just said. So how is it possible to balance social life and studies? So maybe you can shortly give some tips, since you already started talking that you spent your summer working on a project. Vyacheslav, maybe you can say a few words.
Well, it's indeed a hard task to balance your work life and just living in general. My tips are simple. Don't overwork yourself. Remember that you have friends which want to meet you. If they call you to a party, answer them. Plan your workload in a way that you have some hours to spend on your friends and family. That's basically it.
So time management is important.
Yeah, it's really important.
All right, let's get back to our other questions, because there are questions about admissions, of course, as many applicants are really worried about their application process as well. So we have a question from the applicant. As a bachelor student, what are the options to continue working and earning through the degree? Can we choose optional courses from the science and technology courses only?
Regarding the optional courses, you can choose courses from whole university. You are not limited with your choice. And about working, it's again the question of balance, because probably, especially on the first year, it's pretty complicated to work and to study at the same time, because you are not only focusing on the studies, but you're also adapting to the new atmosphere, to the new regulations, rules, studies. Everything is new for you, because you just graduated from high school, and here it's already, the studies is a bit different, everything is different, and also a country is different. So probably it would be a bit stressful for the first semester at least. But if you in future can be very good time manager and combine studies and work, then working is not prohibited, but work will be not excuse for not done exams or studies. So you cannot find an excuse. But one good possibility is to start working in some kind of research lab maybe. It's not so easy to find maybe for the bachelor's level students, but still pretty, I think a big even part of our students are at the same time working in the labs, not starting from first year, but at least from the second year, and getting some kind of stipends for that.
Thank you very much. We have another question about IGM. So many people probably got inspired by the opportunities which is provided. So how can I join IGM team? Maybe Ilona start, and then Julie can also comment on that afterwards.
Yeah, very easily. As you become a science and technology student, then everyone can apply to our team. So we are taking everyone who wants to be a part of the IGEM team, but the amount of work you will spend in the team, it's already also related to you. So you can choose that just to participate a bit, not to do the whole project, but you also can be involved, totally involved. And like Slava and Julie told, they, for example, spent 2 summers doing IGEM projects, but it was not compulsory. So, but at some point it becomes your hobby, and you get friends inside of the team, and you are doing with your friends a project. So from one hand, it sounds like a job, like a work, and it's actually at time consuming, and it's really hard work as well. But from the other side, it's already like community. It's a community of friends, and you're not only working under the project, doing something what you like and what you want to do, but also organizing events, spending time together, I don't know, drinking tea together, communicating and so on. Yep.
Yeah, it seems like a big job, but it's rewarding. Julie, would you like to say something?
Probably I cannot add much to what already said, but for example, in the team, there is a big variety of what you can do and with what you can contribute to the team. For example, maybe in the beginning your pipetting skills are not so good. You can help I don't know, a small group to, for example, engage public into your project, to deliver the message of this project to people who are maybe not so, who don't have that good understanding in science, or maybe help raising some funds, or maybe find some other specialists and professors from the field to help you with the project and provide you with like different point of view on your project from outside of the team.
Do workshops, organize workshops, events, and so maybe we just also do some posters. Drawing skills are needed also and styling skills also are needed for IGEM team. So everyone will find what wants to do in the team.
Which is very important for overall development and future career perspective, probably to have all of these qualifications and try out and develop your skills.
Yes, absolutely. But for example, also in already 2nd October, we also organized our own workshop, which was Scientific Art Exhibition and Escape Room, where we also had a lot of first-year students last year and this year as well, and not only from science and technology, but also master students who were very interested in what our team was doing, and they were also very interested into the event itself.
Thank you very much. We have a question about how accessible professors are at science and technology. Maybe Vyacheslav, you can comment on this question. For example, Ilona, if you can approach her or work with her, how is it going at your department, the collaboration between student and professor?
Well, Ilona is one of the most accessible people in our university. Most of the professors we are always happy to help you and reply to you. Personally, I didn't meet a professor who ignored letters or questions from students, but I think most of our professors are really accessible and always happy to help you or spend some time with you to explain you the topic which you have troubles with better.
We have another question related more to admission. So the question is if I have a low grade in math, but I have a good grade in biology and physics, do I have chances to get a studies place?
I think yes, definitely have a chance. For sure, it also depends how bad is math. But math is providing 40% of admission points. So, and the second grade provides another 40%, and also motivation letter. So, in total, you have to have at least 66% to qualify to the program. It doesn't mean that you will get a place, but at least your documents will be evaluated. And I think if one of the grade is really good, then in total you will get enough admission points to be in our program.
Thank you very much. The next question about how international is the program. Maybe Ilona has
our program is really international. So I think that at the moment we have around students from around 40 different countries. So you can find here students from all over the world.
Mm-hmm. So we have also a question, how big is the competition and how many study places do you have? And also there are some questions about scholarships. So maybe we can combine all of these questions, Ilona, and if you can answer all together.
Yes, sure. The competition depends on each year, but from one hand, for the tuition waiver scholarship, it's really big competition. Just give some numbers that every year we have around 200 applications, and we have 50 places in program, and only around. At the moment, around 5-6 tuition waiver scholarships. So for scholarships, you really have to have, I think, both maximum grades and also to get a really high score on motivation letter, and then you have a chance to get a tuition waiver scholarship. But to get a place in our program, it's possible. It's the competition a bit less than for tuition waiver scholarship.
Mm-hmm. I will take another question, which is related to Estonian language. So if you guys are studying Estonian and if you think Estonian is necessary to find a job in Estonia, and also how difficult it is to study Estonian. Maybe Julie or Vyacheslav.
Well, I personally haven't studied Estonian language as a subject. But when you are in Estonia, obviously you will have Estonian friends, Estonian professors. You will be in an Estonian environment. How international it wouldn't be. So at some point you will start understanding some of it. But as for learning, it can be quite complicated, I would say.
Vyacheslav, maybe did you try to learn Estonian?
Yeah, I had 2 courses on Estonian language. And I confirm that it's hard to study. some things in this language. No, at least for me, as a Russian-speaking person, it was hard to understand. For example, Estonian language doesn't have genders in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes hard to correctly pronounce things. Sometimes understand them, but you don't actually need Estonian to comfortably live in Tartu or in Estonia generally, because a lot of people speak English. Or if you're also a Russian-speaking person, a lot of people also speak Russian. About jobs, I would say you can get a job without knowing Estonian language, but many jobs you need at least some basic skills in Estonian. For example, if you want to work in a shop or you want to work as a waiter, you kind of need to know Estonian.
Thank you very much. We have a question about exchange studies. So I know that Ilona, during her presentation, introduced different exchange possibilities. There is a question, where can I go for exchange? For maybe Ilona.
Actually, there are a lot of different partner universities all over the world. So if you remember on one of the slides, I showed the map with partner universities, and I think it includes everything, the whole Europe, and so Asia, America, all continents, I think.
So there are lots of possibilities, and of course you will get all of the information once you're a student, and you will be able to see the full list of the countries and universities where you can go as well. So we have some questions about motivation letters. So how to write a successful motivation letter? Do I need to indicate the specialization already in motivation letter? Maybe Ilona, you can start and discuss it from your perspective, and then students also can share their experience because they already wrote this motivation letters, so they can also share some tips with you.
As I told already, that motivation letter is pretty important. Very often we get candidates with equal grades on the both subjects, so the motivation letter decides, are you in or out, are you getting a stipend or not, and we always tell that very carefully read through all the questions what we're asking. There is 4 or 5 questions, 4 I think questions, and there is also a question about specialization, what you are thinking you want to specialize in, but it doesn't mean that later you cannot change it. Just for us, it's important to see what thoughts you have, why you want to study in our program, what is your motivation, and that's why we also asking the specialization. So what you are thinking about and what you are going to do and how you are going to apply your education in future career, why you need to study science and technology, why is it your choice. And also, I always ask you, definitely, if you have anything which will make from you a better candidate than others, write in motivation letter. Because if you will just include some, for example, documents from, you got some certificates from Olympiad or competition, so victories or something like that, we cannot count in it in admission points. But if you will write it in your motivation letter, it can give you some benefit. Also, if you have done some project on the field, sometimes already studying in the school, you are doing some kind of projects in cooperation with university. So if you have interest in some kind of literature, you are reading articles on the field, anything which will connect you to the field and to make you a better candidate. Even if you, for example, are going graduate from school with a medal, also you can mention it in a motivation letter. But don't do a too long one. So it's also not good to write too long motivation letters. So it's always good around 1 to A4 pages.
Thank you very much. Julie, would you like to add some stuff? Some tips?
Not much, but just be honest in your motivation letter, because when you arrive here, it will be already obvious for everyone what you knew, what you learned, and what you're capable of. And if you think that, oh, maybe this competition was not so important, still include it, because it might actually be of a valuable experience when you start facing different, challenges during your studies.
Thank you very much. We have another question to Ilona. Are all applicants have a chance to get full tuition waiver scholarships?
Yes. All candidates have a chance to get the tuition waiver fee, scholarship, which will cover the fee of studies.
If I don't have my certificate of graduation yet, can I apply with transcript of records?
Also, yes. Yeah. Yes, you are applying with the transcript of records of the last semester of the year.
Mm-hmm. What labs do you have at the Science and Technology department? Maybe Julie, let's a little bit let Ilona rest.
One of the subjects that was already presented, laboratory projects, will already in the second semester will give you very good possibility, like personally, to see different labs from 3 different specializations. There are, of course, synthetic biology labs. There are molecular biology labs, cell biology labs. Also, there are engineering labs, such as robotics or electronics. There are chemistry labs. So there is a huge variety of where you can find yourself working and on what kind of project. Also, there are sometimes combined labs where you also need some knowledge of chemistry and biology, or biology and robotics. So, Slava, maybe you can also add from your personal experience.
I don't have much to add, but we have laboratories pretty much connected to any field that you can be interested in. You even can try to get a place in a laboratory connected to biomedicine or medicine in general, because biomedicum sometimes takes people from our program.
I guess also it's worth to mention that we are going to have a video tour around the Institute of Technology, where we also introduce all of our labs, so you can also see your future place where you are going to spend a lot of time probably. And we have received one question, maybe Vyacheslav, you can take it. How much time do you spend for studies?
It takes a lot of time to study. But to be honest, I spend most of my time working in the laboratory. Studies take a substantial amount of my time, but not that much. So it depends on how efficiently you study, mostly.
It's, of course, individual for everyone. Someone studies better from practical experience, someone studies better from books. And also students are usually helping each other with notes or even explaining to each other, because some subject might be easy for you, some subject may be a bit difficult. And for someone it might be vice versa. So students are also helping each other balance everything.
Yeah.
Just wanted to add that, yes, as Slava told, that he's spending more time working in the lab, because it's, again, like we emphasize in our programs, that the majority of knowledge you are getting while practicing on practice. So working in the lab is straight connected to your studies as well.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. So we have also a question about internship. So is it compulsory part of the program, and can I conduct my internship in the lab at the university? Maybe Ilona.
The internship is not compulsory, it's elective, but yeah, you have this possibility if you want then to go, for example, for Erasmus exchange program for semester. And if you're already doing your bachelor thesis in one of the labs, then the lab even can help you with some contacts, to find some contacts with partner research labs all over the world. But if you are not working, or if the lab have no any suggestions, then it's a student's job to find the place they want to do internship in.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. There is one also related question, that is it possible to work and study at the same time? And maybe you have such cases, or would you maybe recommend or not? Maybe we will ask Vyacheslav.
Yeah, you obviously can work and study, but it's a individual thing for everybody, for everyone. Like, I know people who work and study, but some of them work in the laboratories, some work in like service-related fields, just to earn some money. But it's not that hard to manage your time, divide it between work and study, but it depends solely on you. If you feel like you can do it, obviously do it. Work experience is always useful.
Ilona, would you recommend to do that?
I would. It depends on the person, but what I recommend to find the work in laboratory, in research group, where you can combine very nicely your studies and work. Because especially if you will write the thesis in the same lab, then your projects are connected to your studies. It's like recommended, but I know that some students need to earn their own pocket money, and finding a job in the lab is not very easy task, especially for first-year bachelor students. So I cannot tell that it's very easy to combine these two, because our program is intense and you have to study still a lot. But yes, some students are working, like Slava said, in service as well, and combining studies and working.
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, our time is up. So if you still have any questions left, please contact Ilona, or please also contact students. We will try, if you don't mind, to send also their emails. So if you have some questions that you can ask from students, you can also ask. But thank you very much, everyone, for being with us. I hope you learned quite a lot of new information, which is going to be useful during your admission process, and which will help you to, for example, write a successful motivation letter, or make everything in order as it should be. And also thank you very much, our dear speakers, for being with us today, for introducing science and technology. I wish to our applicants only to apply. Don't forget about the application deadline, which is 15th of April. And thank you for being with us, and stay with us, because we still have one info session left in medicine, which will start in a while.